A Formula One is back after the summer break, and the paddock is buzzing with important news. The Dutch GP is about to begin, but before we focus on the race, we have several crucial updates to share. The driver and engineer market for 2025 is extremely active. We have relevant information about the future of drivers like Sergio Perez and Daniel Ricciardo, as well as news about young talent Kimi Antonelli. We will also discuss the recent statements by Helmut Marko about Liam Lawson and what this means for Red Bull's future. The top teams are undergoing significant changes. If you're a Formula One fan and want to stay updated with the latest news, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get to what really matters. Let's start by analyzing the situation at Red Bull, the current champion, which is facing significant internal challenges. Helmut Marko, the team's advisor, recently admitted that Red Bull is struggling to retain its key staff. This comes at a crucial time, with the team trying to maintain its competitive edge against rivals that are rapidly closing in. Marko stated, "We are in a good position at the moment, and we will try to keep all the employees in the team." This statement suggests there is a real concern about losing important talents to other teams. The situation is particularly delicate, considering that Red Bull has already lost key figures like Adrian Newey and Jonathan Wheatley this year. Meanwhile, Mercedes is actively preparing for the future. One of the most significant moves was the promotion of Peter Bonington, Lewis Hamilton's longtime race engineer. Bonington was elevated to the role of head of race engineering at Mercedes, a position that combines his current responsibilities with a broader supervisory role. This promotion is particularly interesting considering Hamilton's imminent departure to Ferrari in 2025. Mercedes seems to be strategically reorganizing, positioning Bonington to work with the young Kimi Antonelli, who is expected to join the team in the near future. This move demonstrates Mercedes' commitment to nurturing new talent while retaining crucial experience within the team. Ferrari, on the other hand, is preparing for a major change in 2025 with the arrival of Lewis Hamilton. The Italian team is working behind the scenes to ensure a smooth transition for the seven-time world champion. There are speculations about who will be Hamilton's race engineer at Ferrari, with Riccardo Adami, Carlos Sainz's current engineer, being the favorite for the role. However, reports suggest that Adami has not yet definitively confirmed whether he will accept the position, adding an element of uncertainty to the situation. Ferrari will have to carefully manage this transition to ensure that both Hamilton and Charles Leclerc have the necessary support to fight for the championship. Now, let's delve into the driver and engineer market movements, which are particularly intense this season. Starting with Red Bull, Sergio Perez's situation continues to be a hot topic of discussion. Despite having a contract, his inconsistent performance has sparked speculation about his future with the team. Helmut Marko recently commented on Perez. "If Checo consistently delivers his normal speed, we are satisfied. But he always has these fluctuations. Whether in qualifying or at a certain stage of the race, consistency is lacking. That's the problem." These words indicate that Red Bull is closely monitoring Perez's performance and may consider changes if there is no improvement. Meanwhile, Daniel Ricciardo and Yuki Tsunoda are in a delicate situation. Both are fighting to secure their spots for 2025, especially with the rise of Liam Lawson. Marko made a surprising statement about Lawson, saying, "He will certainly be in one of our cars next year." This statement adds extra pressure on Ricciardo and Tsunoda to prove their worth. Speaking of young talents, Kimi Antonelli is generating great expectations. Mercedes seems to be laying the groundwork for his debut in F1, possibly as early as 2025. Toto Wolff, the head of the Mercedes team, has spoken extensively about Antonelli, comparing him to exceptional talents like Max Verstappen. The decision to keep Peter Bonington in the team and promote him seems directly related to plans for Antonelli. Regarding engineers, Peter Bonington's situation deserves additional attention. Despite speculation that he might follow Hamilton to Ferrari, Bonington opted to stay at Mercedes. This decision was well received by Hamilton, who, according to reports, is extremely pleased with the promotion of his former race engineer. For Hamilton, the search for a new engineer at Ferrari continues. As mentioned earlier, Riccardo Adami is the favorite, but there is still no official confirmation. This uncertainty adds a layer of complexity to Hamilton's transition to the Italian team. Turning our attention to the present, the Dutch GP at Zandvoort is about to begin, and the teams are preparing for the unique challenges this circuit presents. Zandvoort is known for its high-speed corners and banking, making it a significant test for drivers and cars. Pirelli's tire choice for this race is particularly interesting. They have opted for the hardest range of compounds, C1, C2, and C3. This choice suggests that teams will have to carefully manage tire wear during the race, which could lead to varied and potentially exciting strategies. Weather conditions could also play a crucial role this weekend. Rain is forecasted for Friday and Saturday, which could add an element of unpredictability to the practice sessions and qualifying. Teams will need to be flexible in their strategies and be prepared for quick changes in track conditions. In terms of performance expectations, McLaren arrives at Zandvoort with great momentum after their recent impressive performances. The Woking team has shown strong pace on high and medium-speed circuits, characteristics that align well with Zandvoort's layout. Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri will be eager to continue their progress and challenge Red Bull. Speaking of Red Bull, the world champion team arrives at Zandvoort under unusual pressure. Despite their dominance for most of the season, recent races have shown that they are not invincible. Max Verstappen, racing at home, will certainly be motivated to deliver a high-level performance in front of his home crowd. Ferrari, on the other hand, arrives at Zandvoort with more modest expectations. Team principal Frederic Vasseur stated that the goal is to limit the loss compared to McLaren and Red Bull while waiting for future updates. The high downforce circuit could exacerbate Ferrari's porpoising problems, making this weekend potentially challenging for Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz. Mercedes will also be in the spotlight at Zandvoort. The team has struggled for consistency throughout the season, but has shown signs of improvement. Lewis Hamilton and George Russell will be eager to capitalize on any opportunity that arises, especially if weather conditions become a factor. With so many variables at play, the Dutch GP promises to be an exciting and potentially crucial race for the championship. Teams will have to navigate not only the technical challenges of the circuit, but also the uncertainties of the weather and the growing pressure as the season moves into its final phase. Looking ahead to the horizon of Formula One, it's impossible not to get excited about the changes that are coming. The 2025 season promises to be a turning point for the sport, just as 2024 is turning out to be, with several significant moves already confirmed or strongly rumored. Don't forget to share your opinions in the comments. If you enjoyed this content and want to stay updated with all the latest F1 news, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Thank you so much for watching until the end. See you at the next race.